Hello, my name is Richard Bruce, and I'm doing a little video here on modern high-tech peekaboo. And this is being done with a webcam. It's a very simple webcam. Similar things could be done with other more sophisticated and expensive webcams, and probably more, But this is what you can do with the low-end $25 webcam. Now, it struck me that a low-end webcam's video chat is of particularly great interest for grandparents because, after all, those grandkids are awful cute. The visual aspect of communicating with them is therefore very important. Many people seem to feel that they can just do without the video when talking to adults. They just assume not have a video. But I think grandparents are prime users of chat with their grandkids. And this is an exciting thing for the kids and the grandparents. Now, of course, when grandparents are talking to their kids, or anyone that's talking to those wonderful little kids, we always love to play a game. Peekaboo! As you notice, with this cheap camera, we can't really capture motion adequately. That's the really big limitation of this thing. So that is the olden days of peekaboo, and of course it seemed to cause endless giggling among the kids. But now there are new possibilities for peekaboo, like this. For example, we could always go, peekaboo! Now, we might want to, first of all, you want to return quickly to your normal thing, just as you do with the game of peekaboo, so you don't leave the kids frightened by these things. You can, after all, always repeat it by just clicking again and going back and forth as you did, so that the kids know that you're normal. But as I say, I can imagine that many of them, at least the proper age, some of them might be too young, but then you wait till they're a little older, and it is the proper age for them, and they could find this very entertaining. And you could play this game over and over again because there are so many different variations. This is one thing that you can do, but there are others. For example, you could do this peekaboo, peekaboo! And of course, you can have this 4-for-1 peekaboo, and sometimes Grandpa gets a little ornery, He can be stern. And he's fading out. Old soldiers don't die. They just fade away. And Grandpa, he's old. He goes way back to the olden days when photographs looked like this, when webcam chat looked like this. Well, of course, that's silly. We didn't have webcam chat back in the olden days. And sometimes, admittedly, Grandpa can be a little negative. And then, Grandpa loves to fish, and so here we have a fisheye view. This is a fun one, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good one. And I thought that was normal, but this isn't normal. No, this is one that is set up to give you that blur. As a matter of fact, this camera here, you see, will give you the blur even if you don't have the special effect, just because it's a cheap camera. But that's a special one that even if there wasn't a problem, it would still give you the problem. And then here's sort of our pixelated view. Now, these are the ones that sort of come with the Logitech. You don't have to download anything to do that. But there are a number of others, in addition to this, that you can download, and those are free. And so there are a whole bunch of, maybe this number again, free effects currently, and who knows, they may well add more as time goes on. And so you can download extras, and you could imagine that this could cause considerable amount of giggling, which, kids like giggling, and we and grandparents like giggling and so on and so forth. And this could be a real thrill. We're hoping it's not going to cause horrible psychological damage. I think it would be advisable to have the parents there when you first try this game, to reassure those children that, grandma and grandpa are just the same. And remember, set it up. You might want to practice a little bit. Set it up so that when you first do it, you can quickly switch back to your normal face. Do that 2 or 3 times so that they know that this isn't any permanent change for grandpa or grandma, that they're just playing with the computer. And so they will be reassured. And as I say, if it's too much for them when they're really young, but it might be great when they're a few months older. You can try it again. You can give feedback for me. There is, of course, a comment section at the bottom, and you could comment if you tried this out, whether the children were frightened or thrilled or whatever. But who knows? There's a possibility here of a whole new era of peekaboo, which, after all, has been a major human tradition since time immemorial. Okay, that's it. This is being done on the Logitech QuickCam Connect E2500 camera. Once again, is being done on the Logitech E2500. That's called the Logitech Quick Connect, I believe. Webcam gives you some idea of what you're doing. You'll notice, by the way, this isn't a super high quality thing, that you've got that motion stuff even when we're doing the normal thing. It's only a $25 cam. If you go to a little bit more expensive, you eliminate a lot of those problems. This is the type of problem that you have at the bottom end of the scale. But sometimes I can imagine some people might want these bottom end things because they don't want to spend huge amounts of money because they want to buy several of these things, maybe one for each of the grandkids. So you might want to give the grandkids the good one, so you can see the good pictures, and then you can use the lesser one yourself because, how much do they care about exactly how well they can see grandma and grandpa anyway? At any rate, just some thoughts. Well, that's it. Thank you. This is Richard Bruce signing out.